how to expand your C drive by replicating it on a different drive. So first things first, if your C drive looks something like this, here you can see it's about 500 GB, so 446 GB is what I can use, and 103 GB is currently free. Well, some people might say that this is plenty of storage and your PC should not be running into problems, but often because we have a big workload, they do run into problems. So to cure this problem, we are going to move to an NVMe drive. So I currently have a WD Blue NVMe drive, which is 1 TB. So I am expecting big gains from this because this is PCIe 4.0. So let's get started. So you want to put the NVMe drive into your PC. So first things first, let's plug in your NVMe drive into the PC and we'll go from there. So I'll open up my PC and then I'll show you what the next steps are. So guys, I have opened up my PC as you can see here, and it's very easy. In my case, it was just unscrewing two screws and then sliding the panel off. And here you can see there are multiple slots for things, but I have one slot here, one slot here. This is also PCIe slot, but these are your RAM slots. But we are going to plug in our PCIe over here. So I have a small spot in there. Let me get you a better view. So hopefully you can see it now. Here I have a slot. On the other end, here you can see I have a screw as well. So that is going to help us put down our NVMe into place. So hopefully you can see it well. So I'll put in my NVMe and I'll show you. So the NVMe I'm working with is this WD Blue SN580. So this is an NVMe SSD, and you can see on the bottom here it says PCIe 4. And after opening on the back side here, you can see we have some documents, and the SSD itself is in a casing because we want to keep it protected because it is delicate. So if I open it, raw video here you can see it is a very small piece of hardware. It's very thin as well, and this is what contains 1 TB of storage. So let's put it in. So guys, before we put in our NVMe, I would suggest that you shut down your PC and then put the NVMe in, just to prevent any kind of mishaps. So here you can see I have turned off the PC, so no fans are running at the moment. And I'll now show you how to put your NVMe in. Before that, I would suggest you have this kind of toolkit handy. In my case, it is very handy. We have multiple PCs in our office, and that comes in very handy. So this kind of hardware is not very expensive to buy either. So let me tell you guys that sometimes your NVMe will come maybe with a small screwdriver and a screw itself. In my case, I don't have either of those, but thankfully my motherboard has come with a screw. So let's unscrew it. I'm just using this small screwdriver for that. So we have taken out the screw. The screw is out, and after that we take our NVMe. Here you can see. So with the NVMe also you will have different kind of notches. So this notch is on the side. You will have some in the middle as well. But let's go on. This fits my motherboard. So I'll just turn it more towards myself so it's easier. So I'll just put it in right here. So here you can see the NVMe is a bit out, but what you want to do now is just push it in, and on the other side of it you have a screw that will actually keep it in place. So with this it will actually fit properly, and whenever you want to take it out, you can take it out as well. So I have put the screw back in. Let's screw it. So guys, here you can see I have put the screw back in and the NVMe is not moving at all. So this is the right way of putting it in. The first thing you want to remember is not to over tighten the screw, because after all this is delicate and it will crack if you put too much force on it. So now, having put that NVMe in, let's start the PC up. So guys, we have booted the PC. Let's go to File Explorer and look at what we have. So guys, even if your SSD does not show up over here, you can just go to Device Manager, and in Device Manager, you can see under Disk and Drives, here we have WD Blue SN580 1 TB, the exact SSD that we have currently put in. So to get started, we can't actually just copy all our C drive files and put it on our new NVMe in an enclosure and get moving. For that, you actually have to download a software and then you want to move all the files. So the software is called Macrium Reflect. I'll leave the link in the description. You can download a 30-day free trial for it. So for that, you can just download it. So under 30 days, you can actually use it for free and then move all the files. Even without that, you can just purchase the software. It's not extremely expensive. It's about $40 a year. So $40 a year is all right if you're moving around your data on multiple PCs as well. But in this case, we are using the 30-day free trial. As you can see, I have the setup right here, and then I'll walk you through the entire setup. So here you can see, guys, I have started the setup process and it is currently in English United States. That is fine with me. Let's click on continue and it's saying preparing to install. So here you can see if you actually purchase it, you will get a license key. If not, you can just have a 30-day trial. So it is by default clicked on 30-day trial. Let's click on next again. And here you can see trial will expire on 22nd of January 2025. So I am currently shooting it in December and that is fine. Let's click on next. Let's click on next again. If you want to change the location, you can do that as well. Click on next. And here you can see it is ready to install. So let's hit install. So here you can see completing the Macrium Reflect Home setup wizard. So let's hit finish. And to start the configuration, you will have to reboot. So let's reboot. I'll hit yes. And now it is restarting. So guys, here you can see we have Macrium Reflect right here. So guys, if you have a BitLocker on your device, you may want to go to privacy and security and want to turn the BitLocker off. Otherwise, this won't work very well. You may have to decrypt your encrypted data on a different drive. So this is going to be an additional step. You can just move your data and then turn on the BitLocker again. So let's turn on the Macrium Reflect. So right guys, we are into the main software. So Macrium effect it is, and here you can see this is disk one. So disk one is essentially your C drive, and here you can see it is actually called the C drive, and it will show you all the partitions as well. So we have selected disk one, and you want to make sure that you copy all the partitions whether or not you are able to see them in disk management or anywhere else, because they probably have recoverable files which will help you in the future, or some other encrypted data as well. So to start cloning, you want to select disk 1. As you can see, I have checked it here. Then you want to click on clone this disk, and here you can see we have selected all the partitions, and you want to then select a disk to clone. Then we will select disk number 2. So this is our newly installed WD SSD. Before that, we want to go to copy partitions, and then we want to click on shrink or extend to fill the target disk. If you don't select this, what is going to happen is the new 1 TB SSD is still going to think that it only has about 450 to 500 GB of space, and ultimately you will have no extra space according to the software. Maybe physically you do, but the software is going to say no. So you want to make sure that it knows that this is a bigger disk. So here you can see after I've selected copy partitions, all of this has come down, all the partitions have come down to disk number 2. And now we want to click on next. Click on next again. And here you can see all the clone summary has come. So clone disk is disk number 1. It is currently 447 GB, operation 1, 2, 3, and 4 of 4. So all of these are basically your partitions in this disk. After this, you want to hit finish. So let's click on OK. I am going to hit OK. And here you can see it is now starting. On the right side also, we've now gotten a notification that says clone has started, and this shows the overall process as well. So this will actually take some time, because after all it is about to copy 345 GB. So it will take a few minutes, maybe an hour, depending on your drives. You also need to understand that the disk is going to get hot while copying, so do not go and touch it. So guys, here you can see the overall process is about 3% done. The transfer rate is 1.1 Gbps at the moment, and here you will also get an estimate of how long it is going to take. So let it happen, don't intervene, give it some time, and you should be okay. So guys, here you can see the clone is complete. We are going to hit OK, and the current process is complete. So let's close this and let's go. So guys, if I go into this PC, so at first you could only see this drive. Now we have the newer drive as well. If you want, you can use the older drive as maybe an external hard drive. You may have to put it into an enclosure, but either way you can use it. So guys, the process is done. So what I will do now is remove my original hard drive and try rebooting it. So before that, let's shut our PC down. So guys, I have taken out the original hard drive. Let's try booting. So that was a very fast boot. So let's put in our password. And guys, we are in. And if I go to this PC again, so here you can see local disk C has automatically been selected. Macrium Reflect again is sending me a notification here. So here you can see local disk C has automatically become local disk C from local disk D, because we have actually taken out the original local disk C. So that was our main hard drive. So if anyone was interested in how the original drive was, let me show you. So guys, I have gone from this Kingston drive to the WD drive. So this is a major improvement. So guys, that is how you do it. It is not very difficult. Macrium effect, I really like the software. Honestly, if you have multiple pieces to work with, I think purchasing the software is definitely not a bad idea. So guys, hope you've liked the video. Drop a like, share and subscribe. See you in the next one.